The Week on Green 960.
And now, Sebastian Kunz.
California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park became the second embarkation point, you could call it, for a very special journey to the stars. It's a new movie showing at the planetarium, the Morrison Planetarium. It starts today, and it's called Journey to the Stars. Ryan Wyatt's director of the Morrison Planetarium and Science Visualization. He says films like Journey to the Stars are not cheap to produce.
This program involves a vast quantity of science visualization, which is more expensive to produce. And yet, the cost of tools and the software and even hardware, of course, is getting less expensive every day. So we're hoping to find a sweet spot to make production relatively affordable, but it's still a relatively expensive proposition into the 6 and 7 figures for the productions that you see here and in New York.
The Morrison Planetarium in the California Academy of Sciences is the largest all-digital planetarium anywhere in the world. Tom Abel is with Stanford University's Kavli Institute for Particle Astrophysics and Cosmology. He assisted in the creation of some of the science visuals in the movie, and I asked him how accurate versus artistic the highly advanced computer graphics actually were.
All those data sets are actually based on real calculations of the speeds of the flows, sort of the journeying that you see. That's all correct. Like with any numerical modeling, there would be yet smaller features that once we have better computers, it'll look even better. But the sort of patterns you see on the convective pattern, the colors were actually chosen quite accurately. For the cutaway, it would never look like this to your eye because you already had to take away the photosphere to be able to see in.
See, the film features a cutaway journey into a star, and I wanted to know if they really look like that inside. Probably not the most scientific question. Journey to the Stars debuted back in July at New York City's Hayden Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History and is now appearing in San Francisco. Director Ryan Wyatt says it doesn't include just the big dome theaters. Many planetaria are so small they're literally collapsible.
The number of planetariums that have this full dome video technology is literally at this point increasing exponentially. The leaders in that were the large theaters akin to the Morrison and here in the Hayden in New York. The vast number that are coming online now, though, are very small theaters, less than 10 meters in diameter. Many of those are located in schools, or many are actually portable planetariums that you inflate in a school gymnasium, pop your video projector, sometimes with a reflective mirror instead of a fisheye lens, and can do presentations for school groups in their own environment. So the variety of theaters is astounding. Right now, depending on how you count it, there are about 700 theaters out there. That's all the way down to the small-scale theaters on up to the largest theater.
Journey to the Stars is narrated by Whoopi Goldberg, a star in her own right, but also Guinan from Star Trek. Plays 7 to 10 times a day through the fall of 2010. By the way, if you're a fan of the previous show narrated by Sigourney Weaver entitled Fragile Planet, it will continue to play after September 26th, but only at the Academy's weekly nightlife events. And by the way, the joys of the media screening is that they gave me a CD full of pictures that I have posted to green960.com. Just find the week's personality page, and you'll be able to enjoy photos of the galaxy formation, the birth of a star cluster, the Milky Way. Got photos of the Orion Nebula, the Helix Nebula, a lot of good stuff. At green960.com, just find the week's personality page. John Scott is off this week. He kind of went back east to surprise some relatives. He's cool like that. He'll be back next week with The Kicker. For now, my thanks to Valerie Grant, Mark Van Gelder, and Corey Calloward for the assistance in the production of the week. By the way, if you have comments or tips on a news story you'd like to see us cover, head to green960.com and click Contact Us. I'm Sebastian Kunz. Join me next Saturday at this same time for the news of the week on The Week. This is Green 960.